I already kind of blessed my cards and used the intention that I was going to pick for my Crow's Corner subscribers for Christmas week. So let's see what we come up with. Wow, absolutely beautiful. We got the nurture card. Clover, nurture. And that's funny because I am on vacation myself. I don't know about all of you. I had a very long to-do list, very long for my 8, 9 days off. And I was productive, but I rested and I ignored my to-do list more than I thought I would. So it seems like I'm right on track, and hopefully you are all taking some downtime and, like I said, appreciating the sacred of this time of year and embracing the wintry aspect of a little hibernation and rest and rejuvenation, as well as being productive. I mean, we can balance both, right? So, yeah, so it's a beautiful card, nurture. So this is for Christmas week, and I'm going to pick two more cards. I just recently bought this beautiful, beautiful deck. And like I was telling my women's circle, I have a private circle, a friend group, and we get together once a month. And I've been reading for them for a while. Um, that I needed a new deck of cards, like a hole in the head, as they say. I really did not need a new deck of cards. But when I saw this deck, I knew that I did need it. It's beautiful. It's the Rose deck. The Rose Oracle, I think is the actual name. Yeah, the Rose Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. And so for me, I felt like um it filled a space because of the way it's divine feminine and floral. So I felt like it suited my plants, trees, fairies theme perfectly. So let's see what the Rose Oracle has to say for Christmas week. And I love the idea again of including the divine feminine. My goodness. So it's beautiful. We got the sun, and it says joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, and play. And I'm not kidding. The sun is coming out right now behind the clouds. So this is beautiful, and it's a perfect Christmas slash winter solstice slash holiday message for all of us. Keeping in mind what this time of year is really about, the return of the light within and without, apparently. And that being said, it's lovely to see the sun, and I hope that my fellow Southern Californians are safe because I know there are a lot of flooding issues right now. So I'm hoping everyone's safe, and in Northern California too. I've got many friends and dear friends and clients up there, and I hear that it's been pretty intense. So hopefully we're all safe as well. So we've got nurture, we've got the sun, and then I'm going to pick from this deck, which has been my trusted companion now for many years since my professional readings that I was doing all over LA. I would carry a little willow basket with several decks, including this one, my fairy deck. And this is Claire Nahmad's fairy deck. And I know it seems cutesy to say fairy, but Claire Nahmad is a British, I think she's British or Irish. I'm actually not sure of her nationality, but she's a folklorist from that part of the world. Um, and there's actually a lot of wisdom in these cards, I find, and they really hold us responsible if something is amiss. And they're not really all that cute. They're kind of serious. Sometimes they're sweet. Sometimes there are magical tasks, but I really enjoy this fairy deck, and it also kind of blends very well with my theme, my nature theme, my earthy theme. So let's see which one is for us for Christmas week. Nice. That's interesting too. I just mentioned flooding, and we got Little Washer of the Fjord, and I'll read the meaning of this, and let's pick one more. Oh, Dreamer in the Starlight. So very interesting, two very different energies here. And I'm going to put on my glasses because I remember that the print in this book is very small. All right, let's see here. So what I like about the appearance of the little washer by the fjord is that we are approaching the new year, and that idea of renewal, whether you sell, whatever holiday you celebrate, like, the light is coming back now. We've gone through the darkest night and it is like a renewal. So, also I mentioned flooding and all of the rain that we're having. We need it here in California, but there's also a danger with our burn scars and all the fires that we've been having. So there's a danger of flooding. So it's interesting. It talks about balance again, like the whole reading seems to be about balance, doesn't it? Okay, so her habitat is the banks of streams and rivers. She's a European elemental. Her times of day are after twilight, midnight, the hours of deep darkness. So again, that's like our winter. And then it's very New Year's, and it's also Sun in Capricorn, I would say. And my mind is very much in this place too. I don't know about you. This is a time for paying debts, making reparation, perhaps offering an apology or returning something that does not belong to you. Settle old accounts in every area of your life and have a grand clearing out of all emotional, mental, and material unwanted baggage. You are about to move on. So, again, a lovely message for end of year and for winter, preparing for spring, preparing for what's ahead. Um, so I'm not really one to make New Year's resolutions. I feel like I'm always making resolutions all year round when I feel like I need to, and I'm just working towards them. And I'm more of a to-do list person. And even then, it's to organize my thoughts. It's not to be hard on myself. It's to get everything organized. And I tend to have like a weekly to-do list, and then I kind of finish them when it feels good for me instead of putting too much pressure on myself. And I find that I perform better that way. So, however you work with this energy, this balancing energy, also when I think when we're nurturing and we're resting and we're in our own light, we're able to see what needs our attention and what needs our reparation, our balancing, repayment in some cases. Um, I was really busy with my aromatics business this Christmas, and I'm not such a great gift giver at this time of year because Christmas is such a busy time for me. December is a busy time. But I always try to send a Christmas card to people that I'm grateful for. And it is my way of saying thank you and of acknowledging their presence in my life, which is so dear. And and so just a little thing like that, I think, could count. And I love the idea of wassailing, honoring. It does come out of the European traditions that I'm from and in my ancestry. And I did this even before I knew about that. I would always bring a gift with me to Ireland for the elementals there, for the land. Um, so I always thank a favorite tree with a little treat of something this time of year. And I always try to share food that I make with other people, friends. I usually invite people over for a figgy pudding, um, to share what I have and to share my thanks and to share my prosperity and to make a wish for it to continue in the new year. So I try to weave kind of some of this energy into my holidays. It's just part of my seasonal rhythms. And this year I did also put a little plate of a beautiful winter solstice feast that I cooked. I put out a little bit of it on my ancestors' table to also share with those who came behind me, not just who are in my life right now, as a way of saying thank you. So, um, however you want to work it, I think it's a beautiful tradition and um, a beautiful way to balance. Capricorn this time of year, which is can be heavy and serious for some people. Um, and I did lose my dad, and I have been really missing my dad this Christmas. He was always the one who would write the card and send something out. And it's not that it was the gift, it was seeing that envelope with his handwriting. So, it can be a hard time of year for some people. And so remembering the gratitude and remembering what you have and who you're thankful for is a beautiful way to celebrate, however big or small. The other card we got, which is also really supported by the sun, is a fire element. Dreamer in Starlight is beautiful. And I never mind seeing this card. It usually has something to do with romance, or inspiration. And those are two of my favorite things. So let's see what this says. And this is a beautiful shimmering card to end our reading on. So yes, so fire is the element. We can see that from the bottom here. It's a beautiful card. Um, the habitat of this elemental dreamer in starlight is within starlight, romantic and beautiful scenery, in beauty created by humankind, in art, poetry, theater, ballet, music, soulful home interiors, whatever the creative, wherever the creative spark illuminates the spirit. So that's beautiful too. And that's very much like the essence of how my home is decorated and also how I try to keep my little aromatics business as well. It's very inspired by the humanities, and we listen to a lot of music in this house at Christmas. We have several different playlists. Um, they recommend a plant or herb that is the equivalent of this elemental, which is bleeding hearts, lad's love, or heart's ease. And the little lesson, love or the fulfillment of a romantic dream or ideal is poised to come into your life. The sound of the fairy bard's lyre will play on your inner ear to renew the archetypal springs that keep your innermost self alive. Attune yourself to his call. So I would say this is like the high point of the season, you know, gazing at the stars, following your own North Star, wishing on a star. That's part of the Christmas story, the three wise men and the gifts of frankincense and golden myrrh, and, you know, um, remembering the magic, dreaming the dream, taking a moment in your quiet time to remember the dream if you've lost sight of it in this pretty crazy year we've had in the tumults. And then fixing that as a star for finding your way forward into our new year that's coming. So I'm so glad I finally had the peace and the quiet to post our first reading, and I will be back for many more. And I'm wishing everyone a very happy holidays and safety and sun and plenty of nurturing, plenty of dreaming, and plenty of closing out, enjoying those little tasks, closing down the old year and opening new doors for the new. So thank you so much for being with me. And I should be back very soon for more card pulling. And again, Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.